Hello, welcome back. Today we've got another £500 worth of £2 coins we are hunting through, looking for commemoratives, ones with more than face value, but ideally we want some of the missing coins. We need 3 Commonwealth games, Northern Ireland, Scotland and England, but these are very tricky coins to find, so we might be hunting for quite a while. Having ticked off the only other commemorative we were still looking for, Olympic Rio handover, which is very, very cool. And the one last slot is for the 2021 Britannia, if there's ever demand for those to be released into circulation. Hopefully there is, because I've been wanting to put one in the book for a very, very long time. But will we find that before we find the 3 we're still missing from the start of the book? Who knows? But let's get into this bag and find out what we get. Okay then, bag number 1. We'll make a start on. That is technologies. We don't particularly want technologies. There are some years that are lower minted than others, just not low enough that I think that they're worth keeping. In fact, I'm fairly confident you could find one of each of the circulating years in any of my hunts. I think there aren't any years that are low enough that we wouldn't find one if we really looked for it. But plenty of lovely commemorative coins to find. That's what we want to see. Even if we don't find one of the 3 kind of 4 coins that we're after, seeing a nice little range of commemoratives, whether they're common, rare, would be nice. That's a nice first find. Shakespeare's Histories, one of 3 Shakespeare £2 coins. This is the more common of the 3. The hollow crown is the right edge inscription. I always check the edge inscriptions on the 2016 £2 coins that we find, purely because 2016 seems to have been a bit of a bogey year for the Royal Mint putting edge inscriptions on coins. There's a couple of reports of people having found £2 coins with the wrong edge inscriptions. That's a bit gross, isn't it? Someone has mangled that. Sadly, nothing more there. At the end of the video, after I've hunted through looking for all of the commemoratives, I will go back over the commemoratives and the definitives, these ones here. The definitive is like a standard design that gets minted over multiple years. The commemoratives are the one-off special celebration coins, or picture coins as non-coin collectors might call them. I'll go through them all looking for any areas where I might have missed, because it would take too long to go through a bag looking for all of the different areas that I look for, and to be fair, yeah, even if I wanted to spend the extra time doing it during a video, checking for those and having a bit of a prattle on about coins isn't something I'm going to be able to multitask. Well, there we go, very nice. Navy Centenary. One of my favourite, well, I think it is my favourite circulating £2 coin. Obviously the Frankenstein £2 coin I think looks nicer, but that's not in circulation, sadly. Double check on these, because you can just see these 2 bits that jut out from the mast. Sometimes you can find a little lump of extra metal there where the die, which is used to strike the design on the coin, has been damaged, and that does add a bit of value. Doesn't add value to every single coin. Oh, there we go. We've got Brunel's portrait. It's a fairly common one, and this is going to be something too. Oh, it's Lord Kitchener, which there is the mule error to look for. The difference is it doesn't say £2 at the bottom, which it should. The mule error is whereby one of the dies has been incorrectly put into the machine. Impossible to say, I guess, which die was wrong, whether because the obverse is the obverse of the oh, what's the coin? Trinity House? No, it's not Trinity House, is it? What is the coin? It is Trinity House, isn't it? Not Active Union, yeah. I think it is Trinity House. It's been a long day. It's quite late in the evening, and my brain isn't working. What is it? If it's not the Trinity House, what could it be? Anyway, that's Robert Burns. It's a smidge over face value, not massively so, but a nice coin nonetheless. So yeah, the wrong die was put in one side of the machine, whether it's the commemorative side or the obverse side, and that's what causes the mule error. Very exciting thing. Well, if you find one, if I found one, you'd have to scrape me off my ceiling. I'd be so excited. Abolition of the slave trade there, another fairly common coin. Should find plenty of those. But of course, if we were to find an NIFC, a coin not intended for circulation, because, as many of you know, since the Great Fire of London £2 coin released in 2016, no other commemorative £2 coins have been put into circulation. So like this one here, Brunel's portrait, that was circulated in vast numbers, as was these two. Dino Double Helix I don't see an awful lot of, to be fair, which is a shame because it's a really beautiful design, lots of intricate detail on there. And Marconi's wireless transmission, again, pretty common stuff, but it adds variety to the hunt, doesn't it? Even the most common coin, you still need to complete your collection. You wouldn't have a complete collection without a Benjamin Bunny in your 50p's or the VE Day Anniversary in your £2 coins, so they are needed, just not as much as the rarer ones which everyone wants to find. But they're still out there. I've seen lots of people, not just people that make videos, but people that just hunt through their change or get bags of coins from the bank to hunt through that don't make videos. They still get some incredibly good finds. Oh, hang on, we're going to come back to that in a second. There's the active union, so check the rotation on that one, because apparently these have rotation errors as well. Not on that one though. This one just sounded different. When you're flicking through as many coins you get used to it, but have a look. This is the wrong way round. This is the reverse of the outer ring with the obverse of the inner part, and the reverse, the outer obverse on the inner take two. This is the outer reverse with the inner obverse. This is the outer obverse on the inner reverse. There we go. It took 2 tries. But I have had people message me saying, oh, is this a really rare coin error? It's not. It's impossible that this has been done at the mint, because the die which is used to strike the design is all one piece for the outer and the inner. It's all one big piece. It's not separate parts that get struck at different times. It all gets struck at one point, bam, and that locks it into place. So not possible for that to be a mint error. Someone has done that to this coin. It's more obvious that this has been manipulated by a third party post minting, but sometimes it can be done in very clever ways, which means that it's not too obvious. So maybe someone who's not particularly well versed in coin collecting, or has just started coin collecting, or just someone that's trying to invest some money in some interesting error coins. It's not an error coin, it's been manipulated. Apparently if you heat the coin and cool the coin, that causes the metals to expand and contract, and it's easier to manipulate, whatever. That is Jodie Clark's 5th and final portrait of the Queen, so we know this is going to be something. It is Shakespeare's Histories. Very cool. Check your age inscription. Hollow crown. That's how it should be on that coin. And the only age inscription I've ever found, I must confess, was Shakespeare Tragedies, which said "for king and country." I've only ever found one of them, but if I stop looking, I'll only ever have found one. There's no chance of finding another one if I don't check them. And as I keep saying, oh, there we go, Robert Burns, second time today. As I keep saying, it'd be great to be able to be the first person to find a new edge inscription error. So that's why I check all my commemoratives for edge inscription errors, because you never know what might turn up. Every now and again someone says, oh, I found, I think the most recent one was a Brunel with the wrong edge inscription on. It was either Brunel's achievements with the portrait edge inscription, or the Brunel's portrait with the achievement edge inscription on. So finding one of those would be very, very cool. But I will check for rotation errors, double die obverses, all those things at the end of the video and update you before we wrap off, just in case there's anything more interesting to be found. Right, let's do an edge hunt. £2 coins are the last circulating coins with an edge inscription. It's unique to the coin as well, so standing on the shoulders of giants means this is a technology's definitive design. I think these are all, what's that one at the bottom? It's a bit, I can't quite read that. Does it say remember, remember? I think it says remember, remember, which will be Guy Fawkes, the gunpowder plot. There we go. Another fairly common coin. Let's just flick through these just in case I've missed a commemorative coin with an interesting edge inscription. Sadly not. So we've still got plenty of bags to go through, plenty of chances to find more exciting commemoratives like this one. Shakespeare's Histories. You see the word crown. So that's all hunky-dory as it should be. Lord Kitchener, check for the mule. It does say £2 at the bottom on the obverse. That is correct for that coin. So we'll push on. I must admit, I am recording this quite far in advance of when it's going to go out, so there's not a lot of topical news I can talk about, because anything that's topical is not topical by the time this video goes out. Lots of people do ask, why do I do that? It's purely so I've got a bit of a buffer in case I injure myself, which I have recently, or the bank has a shortage of coins, which it sometimes does, and I can't get all the coins I want. It gives me a few pre-recorded videos that I don't then miss an upload. Right, World War I Army Centenary. Check for the rotation error. Not present. Check the age inscription is correct, which it is. King and country. So, very common coin. It's going crazy, those counters. Brunel. His achievements. The archers at Paddington Station. That's both the Brunels found now. And not too exciting. Should be happening because it is a very, very common coin. Well, both of them are. I reckon this is what, video number 3 since finding, might be video number 2, video number 2 since finding the Olympic Rio handover. I think we should find a Commonwealth Games within, I was going to say 10 videos, but that's only 5 weeks. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Fair enough. Within 10 videos of finding the Olympic Rio handover, we should find a Commonwealth Games. And if it's Commonwealth Games Wales, my head might explode. Purely because it is a really rare coin. It would be really exciting to find one, but it is one of the 4 that I've already found twice, and I only needed once to complete the book. So we will carry on in spite of that. But last bag of the hunt, fairly good hunt actually. We've got some nice finds and that interesting little oddity which go in my oddities box, which is full of nonsense coins which aren't actually valuable, they're just kind of unique. Links as usual will be in the description to my coin collecting Discord server if you want to come over and join that. Ooh, Shakespeare's comedies, very nice. Check your edge inscription. All the world's a stage, as it should be, sadly. Right, let's just jiggle these around so we can put the Shakespeare's together. There's also links to the Britannia Coin Company, who I work for as my day job, making videos for them, so please do check that channel out as well. There's also the PO Box address if you want to write in too. Right, I'm going to check through these coins now, see if there are any errors I might have missed. Well, unfortunately no errors to add to our roster of finds, but we've got some nice finds, so we won't grumble about that, including this very weird manipulation that someone has done to that coin. We'd love to know if any of you have tried to do this to a £2 coin and what successes you have had. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but there we go. They do turn up from time to time. They're kind of interesting to see. But let me know in the comments what your favourite coin from today's video is, and all it leads me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.